Welcome to Postgame on the Pitch. My name is Jackson Feltz of Sports Radio 950 KJR. Joining me for Postgame on the Pitch, Andrew Harvey, voice of S2, also with Sportspress Northwest, and Mazvita Maraire of The Facts. Also, you have your new website, Maz.
CascadiaSports.net.
Awesome. Great. Check out some great stuff from Maz on that website. Just debuted. Guys, we are here to talk about the 1-1 draw between the Seattle Sounders and Portland Timbers tonight at CenturyLink Field. For the Seattle Sounders, guys, it's a Cascadia week where you get only 2 points out of it. It's a 1-1 draw against Vancouver where you had the chance to, really kind of hammer home that last one. You were up a man for, 30 minutes. You can't get it done. Tonight, you're up 1-0 again. You're not able to hold on to that. Can't get a second. It's another 1 point. What's the level of disappointment with this club right now?
I think it has to be tremendous. Let's not forget this is a club that has not scored a goal from open play in 3 matches now, because it took a penalty and then a rebound off a corner kick for the 2-1 against Minnesota United as well. So I think disappointment is a very strong and good way to put it. The club is not getting results, even though it's putting itself in a position to do so.
And the reason they can't get results is they can't score on the third. Jordan Morris had 2 good chances today. Soccer aficionados will tell you he's kind of dipping his shoulder, opening it, and basically telling the keeper where he's shooting that ball, almost like a penalty. So, and it's not only him, but their inability to score is becoming an issue, and it could cost them in the later half of the season.
And another guy with the offensive issues, Andrew, is Nico Lodeiro. What's he going through, not being able to put a second in the back of the net for Seattle?
I think right now Nico Lodeiro is not in a bad run of form. I think he's in a spotty run of form. Just things aren't really going his way. The game is not slowing down for him the way he wants it to. Completed just 74% of his passes tonight, and I think the stress from that is kind of maybe causing him to force things a little bit. He's sending passes that maybe he shouldn't. He's trying to impose his will too much, and as a result, it's not working. He might be better helped by taking a step back and trying to let the game come to him a little bit more naturally, rely on his teammates a little bit more. But then the problem is that his connectivity with Clint Dempsey still has not progressed to the level that people really hoped it would.
Interesting. I think he needs to up-tempo his game. I think he's got to assert himself. There's no self-expression with him on the field. He's passing the ball, kind of walking behind. He's not, for me, he's not in the game at all. He's being lackadaisical, and that's why he can complete the 74% of the passes. And Andrew, I'd like to know whether they're going this way or whether they're really passes to space and opening up forward.
It'd definitely be interesting to go online and take a look at his passing map from tonight to see where he's sending those balls.
Guys, a lot of the national media is saying that the Sounders, the power rankings, they're flying up those from MLSsoccer.com to other places. This is a club now that gets 5 points out of Minnesota at home, and that's the 3, that's fine. But now you have 1 point out of both these Cascadia matches. You're hearing over and over through national media and other pundits, hey, Seattle's playing their best soccer of the season. They're on fire right now. Yeah, it's 11 straight where you haven't lost a match, but are they really playing their best soccer of the season when you can't pull 3 points out of either one of these two?
I think that was the chatter last weekend when they were coming off a really strong series of results. Now, after these 2 draws, I think things have cooled. The fire is still hot, but they still have they got to find a way to actually get on the right side of a result for a change, even though a draw is usually considered an okay thing.
Right, and Maz, next up for Seattle is back here at CenturyLink against LA. They have a week off, so guys are headed. I think 9 or 10 players. Whether that includes Jordi Delem or not is the question. But a lot of guys going off to international duty as World Cup qualifiers are this next weekend. This is a team that Schmetzer talked about in the postgame. They want to get on the right roll here, but at the same time, how are you going to get on a right roll if all of your guys that you're trying to get on that roll are leaving for a while?
Jackson, this might actually be really good. This might be a blessing in disguise, because it might be good for them to take a step back, look at what their effort is, what's the message they're trying to do. So I put in that, this is going to be good for them. They really need to take a step back.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, well, next up for Seattle, it's September 10th here at CenturyLink. Los Angeles Galaxy, another rivalry match coming to town here. Ziggy Schmidt back here in Seattle. We'll see what that reception will be like. But tonight it is a 1-1 draw for Seattle and Portland in the derby tonight. There's really quickly, 30 seconds for both of you on this. Did it seem like a rivalry match? Because Seattle seemed to come out a little bit lethargic in the first half a little bit. Didn't feel like the intense rivalry match you usually see from these two teams.
You know, I think rivalry matches so often are characterized more by energy and emotion than they are by great soccer. You know, we remember the great matches from rivalries, but I think really anything where there's so much at stake and so much build-up, it can be difficult to come out and remember how to do the simple things. The old Fern Derby in Glasgow is the same way, where every match, the first 30 minutes, you never know what's going to happen, but it's going to be something that's not necessarily great soccer. I think that's what we got here in the first half. I think it settled into better soccer in the second half.
They didn't bring the energy. It wasn't that good a soccer in the second half. Didn't feel like that. I thought Seattle really could have came out on a gate. So,
September 10th, LA coming to town for Mazvita, Maraire of the Facts, and also the new website,
CascadiaSports.net.
Check it out.
He's still getting used to it too. It takes a minute. It takes a minute.
Andrew Harvey, Sportspress Northwest, also the voice of S2. My name is Jackson Feltz. Thanks for watching Postgame on the Pitch.